Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Cleveland Cavaliers showed a scintillating display of teamwork to become conference champions in only 5 games. Now, only one adversary remains as they prepare to wage the ultimate battle against the Timberwolves. The pinnacle of the postseason, the NBA Finals, is here.
Basketball's biggest stage, the NBA Finals. It begins here, and 2K Sports is happy to bring it to you. And tonight, we'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Alexander Walker in at the small forward. And for Cleveland, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Money in at the 3 slot. You look at the Timberwolves.
Here we go.
Well, we know this is everything they've worked toward. Greg, the adjustments in the offseason have really paid off.
And it's a well-run organization from top to bottom. They know who they are. They play to their strengths. That's why they find themselves here with an opportunity to win it all in the NBA Finals.
I like what you said. They know who they are. They play within those limits. You're right. And here's Mitchell from the arc. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from 3.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 3-point game. Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. For the 3, trains the 3-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
From deep, another 3 for Cleveland.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson did give me a few minutes to catch up with him. And we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So they'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Now Mitchell. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Randall from outside. Allen with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Money, no good. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Has to Gobert. Tipped away. Here's Randall. Another miss by Minnesota.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
They get it back. Kicks it out to Mitchell from downtown. And there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target for Money.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Has to Gobert. Edwards looking it over. Over Garland. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 5 points so far.
And with the way he can rise, Edwards able to get that shot off anytime.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 4. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And he banks in the layup. He's got 7.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Allen outside. Here's Money. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Conley against Garland. Outside Conley. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
You make a 3 on Conley, he's looking for payback. He's got great competitive spirit.
Mitchell finds Allen. Here's Money. And another three for Cleveland.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Alexander Walker. And that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Cleveland. George Niang, he's checked in for Mobley. Karis LeVert comes in for Mitchell. And it's Ty Jerome in for Garland. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Edwards. Now here's Randall. Still without a basket. Alexander Walker from outside off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Money. And another three for Cleveland.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Outside Conley. The Cavaliers pull it in. This team has been cruising through these playoffs. Just one loss so far.
Yeah, they've ripped through the postseason thus far, arguably playing their best basketball of the season. That's what you want this time of year.
Now DiVincenzo after the missed lead from Money. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got his second bucket of the night.
A crafty scorer. Conley makes the most of his opportunities down low.
Cleveland leading by 6. Jerome passes to Allen. Here's Money. Fires for 3. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in. Allen's got 3 assists tonight. Pass to Alexander Walker. Conley with the screen on LeVert. Now DiVincenzo. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Money. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 20 points for Money.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
There's the drive. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of this game. First one falls for him. Both free throws good for Money. 11 seconds left in the first. Here is Edwards. Reed with a screen on Strus.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Cleveland ahead as they end the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Cleveland. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. And there's Money. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Jerome in at the point guard position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against Toronto got the job done. He finished with 50.
Edwards with the dunk of the night.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Money. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 12. DiVincenzo with it. Now guarded by Money. Unloads from 9. DiVincenzo can't hit it. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And the basket by Money. Money's got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Ingles passes to Reed. The Cavaliers pull it in. Allen's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Releases. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Pass to Dillingham. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Cleveland leading by 16. Here's Money. Ingles with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Outside Edwards. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots. For Cleveland, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And the basket by Money.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Timberwolves trail by 19. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And his 3rd shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. Money misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Pass to DiVincenzo. To end the run, the Cavaliers pull it in. Here's Money. Nailed from three-point land. Money's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And the Cavaliers with some changes. George Niang, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Karis LeVert comes in for Max Strus. And it's Garland in for Ty Jerome. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Joe Ingles. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dillingham.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Conley, the pass to Alexander Walker. Randle outside. The three. It's good from long range. Randle's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Timberwolves trail by 21. Outside Conley. Here's Alexander Walker. And the three off target.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Money, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Edwards kicks to Gobert. Yep, that one goes in there. Gobert's got his first points of the night.
Edwards moving that orange like a real pro.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Here's Money. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Bobbed up there for Edwards. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Explosive play in the air by Edwards, and perfectly timed, too, for the alley-oop slam.
Here's Money. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Right at the free throw line, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Finding the soft spot in the defense there. Crafty work by Conley.
Garland the pass to Money. Randall grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 21. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Conley. Now here's Edwards. Drills the three-pointer. Edwards got 14.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Money. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Conley for 3, and slam dunk by Gobert.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Thanks for joining us for postseason basketball.
I think it's funny watching these guys play defense. This is a circus, and they're getting clowned.
Giving up too many. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. They're right where they want to be in the series, but perhaps a bit of a letdown tonight in the first half, Jet.
No maybes, Ernie. Definitely a letdown. They got a little too comfortable.
And I'm curious to see how they...
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Hart.
And it's time for more of the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. What a time of year. What a game we're seeing from Money.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
Yeah, you know, I think he relishes the pressure, especially in a big game like this one. He really eats that stuff up.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 3.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Inside, Randall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Mobley.
Powerful move that time by Randall. And he'll go to the free throw line.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
And, you know, the impressive ascension of Randall has been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's a double-double threat who plays with relentless energy.
Here's Money. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Money's got 48.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Out to Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Shot clock at 6. That 3 off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 20. Here's Mitchell. Here's Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Pass to Mobley. The three. Another one goes. Incredible. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Minnesota calls timeout. We've seen Money really having a great game.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think they've got to change things up because he's locked in from behind the arc.
Jerome, he's checked in for Garland. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Gobert dishes to Conley. Here's Randall. To halt the run. Excellent D there from Allen.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
Cleveland shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Down low, here's Edwards. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Money, no good. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to Alexander Walker. No good on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Money. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Conley with a wide open look. Traps in the tray. Conley's got 10 points.
One of the league's more reliable three-point shooters. Conley didn't always have that in his game, but he's lethal now.
Pass to Money. This one for 3. Good. Another from 3.
The threes coming fast and furious. He is scorching the nets.
Now GA tied for the third most three-point field goals in single-game playoff history. And that's a foul called on Money. That's foul number 2 for him. For Cleveland, Jared Allen's checked in for Okoro. Money comes in for Max Strus, and it's Garland in for Ty Jerome. Minnesota also making some changes. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Julius Randle, and Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Money in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Timberwolves trail by 21. Now Dillingham. Out to Edwards. An easy 2 points on the layup. Edwards got 23.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Back to Garland. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And good! He hits it again.
I mean, when have you seen a player get this hot in a playoff game?
I don't know, G. I know this, though. He now ranks 3rd all-time for single-game scoring in the postseason. Simply stunning. And finished off by Edwards.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Garland the pass to Money. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by Allen. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Minod's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 20. Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Mitchell passes to Garland. Here's Money. Clock at 6. Pass to Mitchell. Over Edwards. And that one's good, Mitchell. And the Cavaliers lead by 20.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Edwards inside, covered by Mitchell, and the basket by Edwards.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Money. Yet another bucket.
His offensive excellence continues to be on full display.
Greg, he has now moved into second all-time for scoring in a playoff game. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Mobley against Gobert. For 3, Edwards. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Money. Off target from 3-point range. Timberwolves trail by 21. Here's Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. It's Garland with the ball for the Cavaliers. Money. And good! There's another.
And guys, he's now tied the all-time mark for points in a playoff game.
Wow, he has been cooking since the opening tip, and they've been powerless to slow him down. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Garland the pass to Money. Another bucket. Wow.
A new all-time mark for points in a postseason game, passing his own previous record. I think that just about says it all.
What a score. You talk about the elite offensive threats to ever play in the game. He's arguably the very best. He brings such joy to his fans. Connects again from distance.
He's putting on a shooting exhibition that has left this entire arena slack-jawed.
And Greg, he finds himself tied for second place all-time in 3-point makes for a playoff game. Pass to Alexander Walker. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mobley's got 11 rebounds in the game.
And guys, you can go ahead and put game 1 in the record books. Exactly how they wanted to kick off this series against a tremendous opponent. Big win for the Cavaliers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything.
Good, another from 3.
Incandescent from long range. The defense throwing up their hands. How do you stop it?
I don't know. And he's now tied this single-game playoff record for 3-pointers made.
Conley, so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
And again for 3.
When he gets it going from long range, it is a scary sight for the opposition. He surpassed his own record for triples made in a playoff game.
A new record. He is in first place with those 3s. Wow. Just seems like every time that ball leaves his fingertips, you expect it to go in. He is as good as it gets.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
And here is Conley. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
So that's a wrap for the first game of the NBA Finals. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying